You got to be careful.
And you got to be careful right here. You know what I mean? You got to be careful. You
Yeah,
got
out
to
your
keep
back
your
door.
head on a swivel.
Yeah.
And always, you know what I'm saying, make the good decisions. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right.
All that passport bro stuff. But I just, even still, though, I don't get the check-in. Like, I stay out the way. Like, check-in, like, what do we, because, like, we're entertainers and all of these things is just like, why is this like this? So, are the check-in only for the rappers? I've always wondered, you know what I'm saying? Only hip-hop,
Right.
only the hip-hop community has to check in?
Right.
Like, no other genre of music?
No.
No,
Country music
you
don't
know what
gotta
I'm
check
Right.
saying? Country music don't got to check in. So only that only applies to the hip hop community, huh?
I seen
Yeah,
that.
you're right on that. It is.
I seen back in the day they made Justin Bieber check in, had him doing push-ups.
I've seen that and singing and shit. And his car broke down. Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah.
I feel like checking in though.
Who did he check in with?
His car broke
the
down in the
homies.
hood somewhere, and they had him.
The homies.
They had him. Yeah.
Homies?
Real shit.
They made him sing.
They had him singing
That
acapella.
looks staged though, bro.
Where? What
No
city?
way.
That looks staged.
But I feel like checking in has to do with like if you're successful and popular and getting money in their demographic making money. I feel like that's why.
Well,
I don't know.
okay.
I don't feel like no regular person got to check in. No local cat got to check in. But
A
if you're
civilian.
a civilian, don't got to check. Even a local artist don't really got to check in. But
I'm
I
a
feel like
civilian.
if you're making money,
Let's put that out there.
Yeah.
The rude boy is 1,000% a civilian. I ain't on no gangster shit. I ain't no bitch now, but I ain't on no gangster shit. So all you gangsters, leave me the fuck alone. You know what I'm saying?
it really comes down to politics.
Go find some other gangsters to do gangster things with.
Likewise, we doing business.
no,
We do
civilians.
business. You know what I'm
Civilians.
saying? Straight up.
Stand on business.
Yeah.
Again. You paid the shit.
Sipping at Estrada.
What's
so
up,
so Big Wiz, you know, man, I want to know. So when did you get started in the music? When did that bug? When did you get bit by that music bug? Or at what age did you realize
I
that?
was a young kid I got into hip hop. I would like rock and roll first.
Mm-hmm.
And my cousin put headphones on my head, and it was Beastie Boys. And from there, it went NWA, Public Enemy, Two Live Crew, Ghetto Boys. It just flourished from there. But as far as creating music, I would say right after high school, I'm going to give you all my age right now, so right around 99.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think 2000 I started recording. 2002 we created Longdoe Records, and from there we just continued a steady pace.
Who's up part of Long?
Me and my business partner Tony Bones.
All right.
Shout out to Tony Bones.
Shout
We
out
got the
Tony
brand.
Bones,
I got the
you know
brand.
what I'm
I got it branded on me. You know,
Okay.
for life. We started from South Minneapolis. We just wanted to put our neighborhood on at the time, and then like I said, cats like Fick and Street Kings put pressure on us, made us up the ante a little bit because we was watching y'all out here doing your thing, and it was a beautiful thing at that time. So you guys kind of put the battery in our back to do better, to be creative, to be original, to not follow trends, to not follow coattails. So that was one thing I took pride in. We might have took the journey a little bit longer, took a detour, but I would never do it differently. We did it with no investors, everything from ourselves.
Yeah.
We got it how we knew best back then, you know.
Fact.
Statute of limitations, we was getting it out getting it out the mud. And just learned a lot from it. But yeah, I just loved music. I always wanted to be involved some way or another, and that was the beginning, was recording music. Then I went to managing artists, to promoting shows, to building platforms for up and coming artists, to now DJing. That's always been something that's been in. I always wanted to monetize my life around music, and I figured it out literally within the last 5 years.
Yeah.
It took me like 20 years to figure it out the right way, but
I mean, shit. It's no time frame.
right.
You know what I mean? There's no time frame. Like, as long as you making positive strides, you doing what you want. I figured, like, the way I like to look at things, you know what I'm saying, for all artists out there, no matter if you reach the highest heights or wherever you get, or you're still striving to make it, you know, there's no time frame, there's no time limit, you just got to keep progressing. You just got to find your angle and keep reinventing yourself if need
Yeah,
be, you know.
keep transitioning into just greater situations.
Yeah.
I feel like I've grown a lot. In the beginning, I just wanted to be a rapper. I wanted to get on. My goal was to perform at First Avenue Main Room, and we did that in our first year.
Damn,
So then I was like, okay, well, then we started.
What's next?
Yeah, for real. That's like, damn, that happened quick. So
That's a legendary stage, though.
now we did our first album release.
Legendary stage.
We brought AG and Party Artie from the legendary, rest in peace, Party Artie. AG from Digging in the Crates crew.
AG and Showbiz
Yeah.
and AG.
We did that first album. Damn near sold it out.
Y'all maintain a long relationship with which one?
With AG.
Showbiz?
With AG, yeah.
Yeah.
He ended up staying with me for like 5 months. He ended up being in a raid at my crib and everything.
God
Like,
damn, man,
yeah,
that
shit
man
was-
came down here from New
crazy.
York, and
a
you had him
crazy
in a raid.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate situation, but you know, even I was so apologetic to him about it. He was like, if anything, this made us closer. He said the way you conducted yourself during that situation makes me know you a real one. So yeah, shout out to AG, but that,
Shout out AG.
just the drive to put
EITC.
to put the neighborhood on. That was what our goal was at first, and not to sound or ride any coattails. You know, there was one crew here that was kind of gatekeeping at the time, and we ain't gonna drop any names, but y'all know who it is if you're from Minnesota.
Yeah.
And we just didn't want to sound like them. We wanted to do our own thing, and we were kind of a different, I would say, subgenre of hip hop. They were more, I don't want to call it safe.
You guys are authentic, man. You guys are authentic. You know, I think. Well, this before we move any further, we have another guest here. You know, I'd like to know more about this guy and when you started in the music. When did that bug bite you?
I'm trying to think of. Well, my dad's a jazz drummer.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm actually a trained drummer by.
Dope.
I was 5 on stage. I think my dad was pimping me, but he used to put me on the front stage with the tambourine, and I think he was just trying to get women to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was using me as bait, but I mean that was my whole music was just in my blood. Like I grew up over my uncles all were in a band, and they would practice downstairs, and I'd be downstairs, and I just remember my dad always being on the drums, and you know, you feel it. You know,
Yeah.
music's visceral. You don't have to. If you have to think hard about it, then you're it's not authentic. You're not doing it the right way. And then I think I met you through Foo, right? DJ
Yeah,
Foo.
DJ Foo.
Shout out
DJ Foo.
Foo.
He was working.
Shout out DJ Foo, man.
He was working with my buddy Josh. God, we knew each other since what, 18?
We was jits, man.
We was young.
In Florida, they call them jits. If you a kid, you was a jit.
Yeah,
you was a
we were
jitterbug.
young.
You know what I'm talking about?
That was, yeah, Gianna was like 2 when all that happened.
She was 3.
Yeah, she was 2 when we met, and then when we were doing this.
What was them bars you kicked about your daughter back then? About G, not G. She only 3.
It's not talking about it. I'm tired of all that lady drama. I was putting food on the table like I'm Benihana.
All right.
Yeah,
That's the umbrella days.
yeah, it was. That was Clev. God, there's so many stories. Remember when you guys used to fuck with me when I used to pass out and they'd smoke too much, right?
Blow him shotguns while he's sleeping.
Just blunt after blunt. And I'd be like,
We get his breathing pattern down when he breathe in.
I would
blow big clouds.
I'd wake up and I'd be in a haze and I'd look around and everybody, there'd be like 7
blowing
people in the
hits out
studio. They'd be
sleeping.
quiet. Had back these motherfuckers.
Nah, that was something we did. That was something my man
We had
Tony
some times
Thomas
back then. Remember we bought a hook from Johnny P from Do or Die?
Gonna do or die.
I gave him 2 stolen Xboxes and a bottle, and we ran to
And
the
a
store,
bottle of
bought
Remy.
a bottle of Remy.
Remy Martin.
And he bought the hook. I was getting hot merch at the time. My uncles ended up doing Fed time for the
Man.
shit, but yeah, we gave him 2
The
Xboxes.
electronics I got from you back in the day.
Oh
boy,
man, you
look
remember
at
those days? There's a crazy story about that. So my
Hey,
mom.
statute of limitations.
I
man.
love stories,
That
That
shit-
man.
shit's done. That shit's done.
That was a long time
Close
ago.
file. So this
This fool came with boxes of MacBooks, brand new in the box in my crib one day.
This shit's crazy. So my mom is like the neighborhood watch lady, but my mom's with the shit, right? My mom would drag a duffel bag up the.
I mean, ain't that like the best? Like, isn't that like the best cover to like the neighborhood watch captain?
So listen, this is how crazy the irony is. This is a true story. You can ask my mom about this. He knows. So my mom, there's a FBI car sitting outside of our house, right?
Yeah.
My mom's a busybody, so she goes out to the car. And she's like, "Well, what are you doing?" And she's like, "Who are you guys?" And they go, "Man, we're with the FBI. We're watching this house up the street." Well, little do they know, that house is my cousin's house.
Oh.
With the merch ring for all the electronics.
Oh.
My mom's like, "Oh, okay." Goes back in the house, calls my cousin. My cousin army calls out the back of the house with a gang of shit, like to the park.
Man, this was like 20, 30 years ago,
20,
right?
30 years
ago.
up.
something long.
Yeah.
Okay, but what are the chances? What are the chances of?
Statues up.
Yeah, that case is closed.
Yeah.
You know.
Damn.
But the irony of that, you know, my mom just got to know everything. And, you know, FBI sitting out
Hey,
there for my cousin.
Speaking, if there's any good boosters out right now, you know, Christmas is around the corner.
Christmas is coming.
I need them 3X Nike jumpsuits.
Hey,
You feel me?
but look though, Snags, that was back then,
Yeah.
right?
What you doing now?
Tell us about what's going on now.
Yeah.
Well, we're just trying to do everything legitimately. You know,
How we doing that?
from the courtroom to the boardroom.
Yeah.
All right.
Fact.
I mean, it's just
So what led you to the courtroom? As
a lot. You know, just you know, when you're young and you're moving fast, like you don't have time to sit back and analyze like your moves, right? Because a lot of times you're in survival mode and you're just surviving, right? You're doing whatever you can to survive. But then when you life has to be lived forward, but then it's reflected on backwards.
Yeah.
And I realized like I was